What if I told you high-end design means nothing without message clarity? You're not unprofessional. You're just overinvested in polished and underinvested in positioning. Because no matter how pretty your palette or crisp your font, if your brand doesn't say premium, it doesn't matter what it looks like. In this video, I'm breaking down how to shift from looks expensive to commands investment without another rebrand. Most women at your level don't struggle with effort. They struggle with misalignment. They've got the aesthetic down, the vibe is vibing, but the message still vague, soft, or overly safe. If your brand whispers sophistication, but your words don't land with authority, you'll attract admiration, but not action. And that's the difference between visibility and value. Your next level doesn't need more visuals. It needs more voice because champagne clients don't hire what's cute. They hire what's clear. When your message mirrors your mastery, your design simply becomes the exclamation point, not the explanation. So we're going to unpack today 3 luxe shifts that elevate your brand from polished to paid. So we're going to talk about why most rebrands fall flat, the secret to irresistible messaging. Oh, 1, 2, 3, I can't count over here. And 3, when visuals matter and when they're just noise. Let's align your brand with the level of transformation you actually deliver. So let's start with shift 1, why most rebrands fall flat. They fall flat because they start with the visuals first and they skip the voice. It's all about how does my logo look and what about these colors? Do you like these colors? This is my favorite color. If you've catch yourself saying any of those or you've hired a designer and that's what they're saying, you need to stop because you have zero strategy. And just saying like picking out these colors as a strategy is not enough. What's missing in this space is knowing what is the message that we are going to be articulating and how do those visuals support that message. Your logo may or may not be memorable. And honestly, it doesn't need to be. The transformation in what the person who you work with feels, that champagne clientele feels, is what's most important. And so we want to make sure that our message resonates that and moves them into action. I had this client one time, I did a brand breakthrough for her, my video audits that I do for clients as the first step in the brand extraordinary method. And when I did this video audit for Gloria, what happened was she had a gorgeous site. She had hired designers, they did her site, and all the words were flat and generic. And if you have ever meet Gloria, she is bright, loud, vivacious, super exciting to work with, and it felt really corporate with a picture of a woman with purple hair. And it just came to me with this look of a premium brand, and when I started to uncover it, when I started to dig in, it said nothing. It literally said nothing, to be real with you. And when I started chatting with her, when we started to work through and talk about what she found in her brand breakthrough, she said, oh my gosh, I feel seen. I'm so tired of code switching. Her website was a direct reflection of her code switching to what she thought people wanted to hear. But the reality is when you start sounding and looking like everybody else, you just become a part of the noise and you never stand out and you're not going to create the impact that you are designed and want to create. The next shift that you have to make in this moment is really the secret to irresistible messaging. And that secret is premium clients don't need to be persuaded. They need to feel seen. And one of the things that I tell everybody that I coach, the things that come up in brand breakthroughs, they show up in my brand storms, they show up in my making waves intensives. All 3 steps of that brand extraordinary method is you need to show your champagne clientele that you understand their problem better than they do. I'm going to say that one more time. You need to show champagne clientele that you understand their problem better than they do. Because when you can show that you understand their problem better than they do, that they feel like you get it and you understand the solution and that you're the perfect person for them, it's an easy yes. It is converting people before they ever hop on your discovery call. It is getting them to be like, that is absolutely what I need. She sees me, she gets me. That is what needs to happen before visuals. Okay? And I want you to take a beat and I want you to go look at your homepage right here, right now. Pause this video, come on back, but look at your homepage. And I want you to ask yourself, does it say who you are or who you think they want you to be? If you answered the second part to that and said yes to who they think you want them to be, I can't even say it correctly because I just don't even believe that anymore. If that was your answer, then something has to change and you need to start making these shifts within your business and within your brand. The last shift for today's handy dandy video is when your visuals matter and when they simply don't. Design should elevate, not compensate. If your visuals are working overtime to prove your professionalism, the message isn't doing its job. It's simply not. If you're the type of person who doesn't wear like blazers and a collared shirt with your hair pulled back in a tight bun, and that's how all of your headshots look because somebody told you you had to do that because it's professional, whatever the hell that means in 2025 and beyond, then you probably need new headshots. Because the reality is, you need to know, does this whisper refinement? Or does it scream, please take me seriously? I really just need the sale. If I just have this one sale, then I would be able to do XYZ and I'll give you a discount. I'll give you 500 discounts. I just need a project. If you catch yourself doing that on a relative regular basis because you do not have consistent business coming in through your website, from your content, from anywhere that you have a digital touch point, something has to change. And it needs to change yesterday. It needed to change yesterday. And so we need these visuals to tell the story of what's happening on the words. I talk about this often. I'll say it again. It needs to act like a children's book. When you look at a little kid's book, there are pictures. And those pictures reinforce what the words are to teach kids how to read. Because ultimately, the human mind takes in visuals 60,000 times faster than it takes in words. When you see a stop sign, very rarely do you read the word stop anymore. You just see that there is a red octagon. You don't necessarily need to know or have somebody write out green light means go. We know green means go here in the States. So visually, that's how we learn first. We learn what a fork is. We learn visually what is an orange looks like versus an apple. And so for those of us who have the gift of sight, that is what our brain uses first. And so the images that we use and anything that our brand touches needs to help reinforce the story of the words that are on the page in order to help those conversions happen faster. And when we start with pictures first, we fail to tell the story that we need to start to anchor 60,000 times faster than when the words on our page. So if you feel like any of these shifts are like, oh, that one hurt my stomach, then what I want you to do is I want you to book a brand new to brand breakthrough. It is the first step in my process. It's a Loom video where I look at all of your digital presence and go through it based on the goals that you share with me in order to see what is working, where you're leaking dream dollars, and what those steps could look like in order to move you to the next level in your brand and within your business. Because quite frankly, you deserve to create the impact that you were designed to make, that you set out to do. And you can only do that if you can see and bring attention to what you didn't know was holding you back. So if you're ready to drop the performance and anchor into premium positioning, go ahead, book that brand new to brand breakthrough. You can find it in the description below. And I will see you next time on the next video. Talk to you soon.